Starmer was played like a fiddle. Starmer's trip to Washington now looks like a complete farce, doesn't it? Sitting there with his little letter from King Charles. Someone's told him, obviously, the way to butter Trump up is to give him a letter from the King because he loves the royal family, he loves British tradition and all that stuff. Perfectly true, of course. But I'm afraid Trump was playing a game, wasn't he? Since that meeting, Britain has been isolated from all talks. There has been, as far as I can tell, one conversation on the phone between Starmer and Trump. Britain, the EU, NATO been completely frozen out of any negotiations and any possible talks of peace when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, and now Britain has ended up coming on the tariffs list. The Labour government don't want to admit these are UK tariffs, by the way. They're calling them global tariffs because they've also been put on steel and aluminium from other countries as well, but they are directed at Britain. Otherwise, of course, Britain would have been excused from those tariffs. Trump is doing this because he wants the American metals industry to flourish, and he's not really bothered about other countries, especially now as Britain doesn't even make decent steel anymore because they're moving to stupid electric furnaces, shutting down places like Port Talbot that made primary steel, very fine steel indeed. The one thing Starmer has got right, or his aides have got right, is that they don't want to go to a trade war with Trump because you lose. Britain has a 15 billion surplus with America, meaning we import 15 billion pounds more than we export to America. The EU is getting hit harder because they have a 150 billion pound deficit, meaning they export a hell of a lot more to America than what they buy from America, which is why they're getting tariffs on a lot more goods. So we've kind of got off lightly a little bit, but it's going to affect what's left of British aluminium and steel manufacturing. So while Starmer will be nice to their faces and give Chubby Lammy some extra portions of chicken and they think they're all best friends again, it's not good at all, is it? Trump knows he can't stand this government, and as I said in the past many times now, there is more than one way to skin a cat, and this is how he's going to skin Labour. He's going to make sure they get brought down because of the disastrous economy. Most of the damage done, of course, by Labour themselves, but things like this certainly won't help businesses and it won't help jobs.